All right, so I think I'm recording. Let's take a look at this problem number 8. It says about 20% of the time you sleep is spent in rapid eye movement, abbreviated REM sleep, which is associated with dreaming. If an adult sleeps 7 to 8 hours, how much time is spent in REM sleep? All right. Um, we want how much time is spent in REM sleep. That's going to be my variable. I'm going to let X be the number of hours in this rapid eye movement sleep. Okay. So what I have to go with here is that an adult sleeps between 7 and 8 hours. Okay. I have a little bit of a problem immediately that it does not make sense to put an X here because the units are not the same. If X is hours of REM sleep, the 7 and 8 hours is just your total sleep. Not all of that is REM sleep. Well, it's telling us 20% of the time. Remember that a percent is part of a total. So this 20% means that of this total time that you're spending hours of sleeping, that's the total, and the part of the total that you're spent in REM sleep is, we'll just call it the hours in REM sleep. Okay, so that's what this 20% has units of. That's what this 20% means. Now, let's think about division for just a second. If what does it mean to have X divided by 20%? If I write 20% as a decimal, it's 0.2, because that's what I'm going to have in the middle here. But you have to understand why I divide as opposed to multiply or add or subtract. So what is this units of the numerator X? Well, we said that was the hours that was spent in REM sleep. Okay, that was what we said that X was, the number of hours in REM sleep. So this is the units associated with this number that X is going to turn out to be. Well, this number, 0.20, has units, and it's like I've written up here, it's hours of REM sleep per hours that you sleep, the total. Okay, what this fraction bar means is division. So what we really have here is this numerator that's hours of REM sleep, and I just made it over 1, divided by this denominator, which is hours REM sleep. Well, we'll just call it REM for REM sleep. Divided by this total number of hours that you sleep. Well, division, you can change this to multiplication, a big dot, if you flip the fraction. Division is the same thing as multiplication of the reciprocal. Well, why am I illustrating this? Because now my numerator is the number of hours that we've slept, and my denominator is the number of hours that we're in REM sleep. But since that's in a denominator, those units cancel with that. So if I want to compare, if I want to write an inequality where 7 hours is less than, I can't put X hours because X is not in hours, it's in hours in REM sleep. But X divided by this 0.2 is now in hours that you sleep. Okay, and so now I can compare that inequality. So if I solve this for X, I'll have the range of time that you spend that an average adult spends in REM sleep. So the inverse of dividing by 0.2 is to multiply by 0.2. So I'm going to multiply by 0.2 everywhere. When I multiply by 0.2 in the middle here, the 0.2 divided by 0.2 cancels, and I get x by itself. That was the whole purpose of multiplying by this. And the purpose of dividing was to make this middle unit the same as 7 and 8, because you can't compare apples and oranges. You can compare apples against apples, or oranges against oranges, or the hours slept against the hours slept, not the REM hours slept. All right, so let's dig out a calculator. 20% the 7 hours, 1.4 hours is the minimum number of REM hours that an average adult, and the maximum 0.2 times 8, 1.6 hours. And this is not just hours slept, it's hours of REM sleep. So that one was a little more difficult because you can figure it out by just thinking min and max, but to set up a compound inequality and then to solve this inequality like they want us to means to understand units, and to understand units very well. And that's the challenging part for this problem. Hope that helps, and this is our final answer, and I hope that helps, and I'll talk to you later.